Hello, Swivelheads. Greg Allison, Green Greg's live. Guys, it happens that Israel did a big hit on a military facility in Syria, taking out 5 key Iranian officers of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. And Iran, the president of Iran, has vowed to retaliate. He said this will not go unanswered. So this whole thing is picking up, and I just got word that there's been more attacks on our base in Iraq. And so, guys, it is getting serious. And where's this going? If you don't know to prepare to get ready, watch out. We're going to hit a little news on this stuff. I'm going to show you some things. So here we go. I'm going to do the share screen right now. Bang. Here we are, guys. This is the base where they attacked here in Damascus, the capital of Syria. And as I said, they hit Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps military officers, some high-level officers, apparently, in Syria, according to both Iranian and Syrian media. Well, this was the Meza neighborhood, according to this, in western Damascus. His area was several embassies. So apparently the individuals that were taken out were these guys here. And I don't know if I can pronounce all their names. I will try. Ojatola Midvar, I don't know, I can't pronounce. Midvar Ali. I thought I was pretty good with the Iranian names. I know a lot of Iranians. Ali, how do you say it? Egashade, Hussein Mohammadi, Saeed Karimi, and Muhammad Amin Samadi. I don't know. This time I'm not so good with that set of names. But anyway, guys, so this is getting real serious. I'm going to hit the update button here so I can see who's live in the chat room. And we're going to proceed, guys. Hang on, let me move my screen where I can click on these things better. There we go. Here are we again, where President Rashi of Iran said that Tehran will not leave the Zionist regime's crimes unanswered. And apparently Hamas is condemned as heinous crime, as you might imagine. So this attack occurred on Saturday. And, well, that's pretty much it, what you can say here. The Islamic Republic will not leave the Zionist regime's crimes unanswered. Raisi said in that statement on the state broadcast media there. And let's see, according to Iran's Mehr news agency, the Revolutionary Guard's Syrian intel chief was martyred in the attack on Syria by Israel. And I guess these are the 5 individuals who were taken out. They make them all look so sweet with the artwork, flowers and roses. Oh, well. So, as you might imagine, that supposedly a number of civilians were taken out. And the Israeli military said, "We do not comment on reports from foreign media." That was their response to it. So, there we are, guys. This might be the beginnings of a war directly between Israel and Iran. And given everything else going on there, I would not be surprised if the United States did not get pulled into it. This is a definite possibility. Oh, hang on. Shoot, I didn't realize I had to kill it to play over there. All right, folks. So sorry for being so late. That's the way it is here, guys. I'm going to talk about some other things as we go on into this. But this is just keeps escalating, guys. And then we had U.S. Navy fighter jets strike the Houthi missile launchers in Yemen again. And this is like a daily occurrence. This is going on every day. So it struck Iranian-backed Houthi rebel sites for the 6th time. Yeah, 6 days in a row, the Yemenis have been hit. course, the Yemenis are still launching missiles and drones too. So it's like, like I've been saying for the past several days, this is a daily thing, and you can expect that for a little while. But let me make an announcement for people who are just joining or people be watching this with a coffee club group in the morning. Because of the changes coming to this platform, because of their reclassification of sensitive items, which includes about anything that's news, it seems, that they're going to be cracking down on, and we don't know what that means or how it means. They put that in the advertiser guidelines. They won't even allow advertisers to advertise with it or to it. And so imagine how that's going to affect us creators. Not well, I don't think. And I've already found just about everything I'm putting out lately on Green Gregs has been getting demonetized. And so I got to worry that that's a risk to the channel. Because sometimes when you get so far out there, they'll just take a channel out without any warning. Poof, you're gone. One day, everything's gone. And I'm kind of reliant on Green Gregs and this network of channels as my sole source of income for the moment. And, I can't really afford to have all this taken out. So I'm moving a lot of my news content over here to my other channel, Swivelhead News, which I actually set up for that purpose. And I just kind of delayed doing this because, among other reasons, I've got a lot of green content on Green Gregs, my green evergreen. That means it's content that's always good, like how-to stuff, like wild edibles, gardening, worm farming, and just some general philosophical stuff that's timeless. And that timeless content, it really can't be seen or found by most people because I got all this news on there. And news is only good. People only look at a news article I put out for like maybe 6 or 7 hours, and it doesn't get much viewership. And so, but my whole channel is full of and cluttered full of that stuff. And so my evergreen content there isn't doing that well either. So I'm really looking to migrate this kind of content over to the Swivelhead News. I just want everybody to see this and know it and go over here and subscribe to Swivelhead News, bang the notification bell and click all. As a matter of fact, last night I did my news on this channel exclusively. And the night before I moved there after doing some to kind of get you guys used to migrating over here. And I did a video, I posted a video here today that I didn't put anywhere else. Communism fails, and I was talking about how the Venezuela immigrants across the Americas are actually going conservative. They're voting for and supporting conservative candidates because 7.5 million of them fled Venezuela, and Venezuela should be a very wealthy country. They got more oil reserves than any nation on earth. They should be one of the richest nations, and yet they are in abject poverty. Well, why would that be? You might want to come over here and watch this video to find out. So it's only got 360. I don't think that number is right. It says 346. I think it's got a lot more views than that, but still, go over and check that out, guys, if you've not seen that video already. And the last live stream I did over there was breaking China's plan to sink U.S. fleet in 30 minutes. Oh, yeah. That's exclusively this news content was my last night's broadcast, and I did it exclusively on Swivelhead News. And I'll be doing about every other night. So if you already want to keep up with the news that I'm putting out, go here, because in a matter of a few days, I may be doing everything over here on this platform in that regard. So come over here and subscribe and follow me here for this kind of content. I'm doing it here tonight and a few more nights just to get people used to this migration I'm doing. There's a lot of other good videos over here too, including some shorts that are kind of humorous, talking, and these are usually me doing some poetry or limericks or rap or something like that, but they're all conservative oriented too. So check that out, guys. Swivelhead News. The links can be found on my community page on this channel and will be in the show notes below. And I trust some of you mods will post it in the chat room here. Alrighty, folks. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And of course, you can support my channel by helping yourself, because if you don't know to get ready now and prep, I don't know what to say, guys. Right now is a $200 off special for a 3-month supply of food. If you go to prepwithgreg.com, prepwithgreg.com. This is over 2,000 calories a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You make you a winner because you get some snacks and drinks and desserts with that too. So it's a lot of stuff mixed in. It's got a 25-year shelf life, 22 varieties. They come in these rugged buckets that with these pouches. You can bury this stuff, guys, or you can stack them up. And there's other deals they do from right now. Heating might be a real popular thing to consider. And there's other deals in here. And once you go to prepwithgreg.com, and then if you go to my Patriot Supply, I still get credit. But if you just go straight to my Patriot Supply, I don't get anything. If you go through prepwithgreg.com and then click this, there's many other deals available in here, like water purification, air purification, which you might need, guys, with all the things coming at us. So just check it out and see if it's something that makes sense to you. If so, you can help yourself out, and me too, guys. How Iran miscalculated its gamble in the Pakistan strike. Well, I would say this is something that you have to worry about in general with military operations and all the things going on in the world. Iran did miscalculate. They didn't think that Pakistan would hit them back the way they did. And Pakistan says, oh, we had to. And so what's happened here is there's a lot of risk that with all the military activity and all the posturing going on, the wars and rumors of wars, there's a lot of opportunities for miscalculation. And maybe opportunity is not a good word, but potential. And it's happening. And countries will think one guy's going to do something or something else is going to do something, and it don't turn out the way it plans. It's like that old saying, no good plan survives first contact with an enemy. So you got your plans, but once things start going down, you discover the other side has something different in mind. And maybe they're more prepared or will react vastly different than you think. And maybe they miscalculate and think you're about to attack and will take some preemptive reaction, even when you weren't planning to. Now, when you look at what's going on in the Koreas, this may be especially true, as it seems that Kim Jong-un is now set to take South Korea. So watch out, guys. It's getting really intense around the world with everything going on with Taiwan and also with the Philippines, with China and the Philippines, India and China. The whole region is in flame right now. Just too much potential for miscalculations, and we see it does happen. It does happen. So, well, happy birthday, David. Anyway, so yeah, these are things we've got to be ready for. These are things that can just flame this up before you know it. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the kind of thing and reason you've got to be concerned about stuff. Even when you think things are under control, they may not be. And there's a lot of black swan events occurring right now. I think there's a whole flock of black swans just ready to fly. Anyway, and here's an example how a war with Russia could erupt on a quiet little stretch of rolling fields, forest, and lakes. We're talking about the Milwaukee Gap here. Real pretty little area, right? Forest, river. But this is where WWIII could flame up even bigger. We're already in World War III, guys, but between NATO and Russia directly, instead of being a proxy war, it may go direct. And I'll remind me, I meant to do this the other day. I had Google Earth scrolled up, and I was going to show you guys this Milwaukee Gap and kind of scan back from there. But I didn't do it because I forgot about it. As we got going through so much conversation here. Anyway, this article here is, Putin could declare a war on NATO in 5 to 8 years, but there's other sources saying it may happen next year, or this year. So there's a lot of give and take on what people think about this. The analysts are quite often, or maybe more often, wrong than not. You get two analysts in the room and they're not going to agree with each other. You see it all the time. And the chances are they're both wrong. But it doesn't mean something isn't coming. It doesn't mean something isn't about to go down, like you see here on this news site called The Ground. But Ukraine is claiming a new drone strike on an oil depot in Russia. And apparently this overflew Putin's hometown. Some say it actually this drones actually flew over his home, maybe the one he grew up in. I don't know if that's the case or not. I haven't seen an independent verification of that, but that's some of the claims I've heard out there about this particular attack. Well, they blew up a big oil storage depot in Kalinsky, excuse me. So this is just more escalation. What's Russia's threshold before they do something big? But the little secret report supposedly that came out from Germany about the impending war and how it would escalate and pull NATO in. The tit for tat little scenario they put out there had Putin making a major move in February. Well, he's putting forces together, and it looks like that may be happening. And Ukraine is getting prepared for that. They're putting in their own defensive lines like the Russians had. You know, the Russians had a very massive defensive line to keep Ukraine from making their advance, where Ukraine is digging in and doing the same thing against this impending Russian offensive. And, you know, the Russian line was called the Zurokivlin, or how Kivkin, I don't know how you pronounce that line. Well, the Ukrainians are doing the same thing. And often I don't know what the pronunciation of these things are, because I don't watch TV news. I don't watch the news or talk about, I read news. I don't listen to news. I read news. I read lots of articles, and you don't always get the pronunciation of things and the reading of it, but you get more content. You get better content when you read things rather than watch yap on mainstream media, legacy media. Anyway, so they're putting in 600 miles, and here's your dragon teeth, concertina wire, and I guess they're doing some digging as they're expecting a major offensive. Well, that would surely slow an offensive down, as the same happened with the Ukrainians trying to go through the Russian lines. Of course, it was said almost daily how the Ukrainians breached that line, but they never really made any maneuvers behind it once they supposedly breached it. You know, I was quite critical about that at the time, saying, well, we keep hearing this news every day. How come they're not doing the maneuvers around to outflank the Russians? And I guess they just didn't have the gas in their tanks to do it. Anyway, it didn't happen. So it made me quite critical about their counteroffensive. I said, well, they're going nowhere. And that's what happened. They went nowhere, essentially. And maybe the Russians aren't going anywhere either. I don't know, guys. We'll just have to see. Like I said, no plan survives first contact with the enemy. Of course, this isn't first contact anymore, but the best, laid plans of mice and men, that old adage there. But Ukraine had these hackers that supposedly got this so-called jackpot in Russia. They got the plans to 500 military bases of Russia. So I guess they know exactly what's where. I don't know what's that about to play, but I sure don't want to see it. Get off that page. So, and just kind of hit this up, and we'll get through the news here fast tonight. It was 60 years ago, as of October 27th of 2022, that the Cuban Missile Crisis occurred. And on that particular day, October 27th, we talked about this a little bit last night over in my Silverhead News channel, how one individual basically prevented a nuclear war by not following the commands to launch. And apparently on this Russian sub, it took 3 individuals. They had the permission from Russia to launch a nuclear torpedo without communications from Russia. They'd already been given that permission, which our submarine guys don't get that kind of permission, but they still had to have 3 people on that submarine agree to it. And what happened is they were getting hit with depth charges from an American ship. The Americans were just trying to get them to surface, and they thought they were under attack, trying to be destroyed. And so they almost launched a nuclear torpedo. But one guy said, no, I think they're trying to get us to surface because I can't communicate with us. They surfaced, and indeed, that's what it was all about. But that one guy's resistance prevented the launch of a nuclear war back then. I have been listening antenna to antenna CB and ham radio lately and hearing lots of chat that's uplifting. Well, that's good to hear. We need some uplifting news right now. How you pronounce that? Jordami? Well, anyway, salute to you and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Salute. All righty. That's what keeps me going, because just about everything I'm putting over here is getting demonetized. So that's what I'm running on. Appreciate that very much. This is the individual who did not follow that command. It's Vasily Arkhipov. He basically saved the world at that time. Vasily Arkhipov. And this goes into that in some detail of what happened, how it happened. And he was blacklisted for not launching in Russia when he got back. He wasn't given some award for saving the world. No, he was blacklisted. Tracy Brokenways, salute to you. Thank you very much. Appreciate the super chat. That really helps. I'm serious, guys. Anyway, this is another individual that was mentioned the other night. This guy was not part of that operation, but several years later, he prevented a similar incident from occurring. So he also fell in that pot of being one of the Russians that kept from launching on us. So some people call him the man that saved the world. Well, apparently this has been a couple of Russians that have filled that role, thankfully, to the world today. There's a couple of Russians who refused to launch that we can give them credit for living, being able to continue to live the dream today. And let's hope there's more courageous people like that down the road who won't succumb to the pressure to push the big red button. Anyway, yeah, thank you. That was a generous contribution, both of you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I'm still hoarse. And the reason I'm hoarse was a couple of days ago, I just got mad at YouTube for demonetizing a video that shouldn't have demonetized. It's like, really, you're hitting everything I do. Hitting everything I do. So you guys giving the super chats, salute to you. Y'all really helping out. Appreciate it. Because that's how I'm running right now. That's all I got to run on. This is, a lot of people said, well, China's falling apart because their birth rate's dropping and China's not going to be able to do anything. I look at this a little differently. This may be the reason China might want to do something sooner rather than later, as their economy starts to tank. And Xi Jinping is going to need some way to wag the dog to deflect attention from the economic crisis they're having at home. It may be the reason that he would instigate something with either Taiwan or possibly in the Philippines. So the prospects for war, this does not diminish our immediate prospects for war. It might make it more imminent. So just keep that in mind. I think I'm going to do a video and just talk about the maybe 5 key reasons or something like that, why China may launch sooner rather than later. Some analysts are throwing out years like 2027 and different things, but I think there's a lot of reasons that this may occur sooner than later. And I hope that's not the case. I really do. But we got to be ready for the worst because we just don't know. We've got a lot of black swans flying right now. Hey, Mag Rising, salute to you. I know you're in Alaska. Appreciate that. All right. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. Y'all helping me out tonight. I really, really appreciate it, guys. All righty. China's muted reaction to Taiwan's elections may result a waiting game. Yeah. So they may be just waiting to see what's going to happen because even though the William Lai Ching-te got elected president, and he's one of the Democratic Progressive Party that is for freedom. Progressive there means something different than it does here in the United States. About polar opposite, I think. But he won for an unprecedented third term, and he's been one of the pro-independence, Taiwan independence candidates, very strong in that regard. But the parliament actually went with the KMT party for the most part. So they got kind of a split government. So maybe China's a little bit in the pause thinking, what's going to happen? Or maybe it's just the silence before the storm. Maybe they beat their chest and hoop and holler, when they're not about to do something. Before they make a move, they get quiet. It would fit with Sun Tzu philosophy, by the way. For those that hadn't seen it, Britain's tested this new weapon, a futuristic so-called laser cannon that can shoot drones out of the sky. And there's been a lot of talk and chatter about that in the last day or two. The fact that they can fire this thing for about $10 as opposed to, $1 million missile. But you got to bear in mind, you see, this is a short range engagement. The drones fly around a lot slower than, like a cruise missile or a ballistic missile. A lot of people think they're going to be shooting cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. I don't know, because for these lasers to do the job, they got to have a little time on target to heat it up. It's not like you just pop it and it goes boom like on Star Wars, guys. That's not the way these things operate. It takes a little time to heat it up and make that thing do its job of taking out the target. And they're also really only good at short range. Only short range. They're not good at long range because of beam spread. So all these people that think that fires are being started from lasers in space don't understand that that ain't happening. So because the laser beams just spread too much to be effective, unless they can put a lot of time on target or something. Yeah, but the picture, a lot of pictures that are shown are really just lens anomalies that people are attributing to different things, because it's always the same color as the fire, which I've always noticed. Yeah, that's just a lens anomaly. So be careful of what you consume that's put out there on the internet. But they are developing these weapons. It's an interesting weapon, and for drones, that's a good thing if you want to have anti-drone systems, because drone swarms, they just put so many drones on you that you won't have enough missiles to take care of them. Lasers and electromagnetic warfare techniques like a little mini EMPs or microwave weapons, and a lot of people are using microwave weapons to try to take out drones, by the way. To disrupt their communications, their electronics on board. That's where things are going. I think I got an article in here. I thought I had one opened up on microwave weapon, but maybe I don't. Anyway, no, I didn't. I closed it because it wanted me to subscribe or something. Anyway, I get a lot of people, young people, who think that communism is the great, wonderful answer to everything. But you find that communist states are very, very oppressive. Not only control the media, but they're very oppressive in how they punish people. How about a 12-year-old teenager sentenced to 12 years of hard labor for watching some dramas from South Korea? And that's just an example. 12 years of hard labor for watching a show. A lot of the young people who are in favor of this kind of stuff, they're the guys that like to play games and watch shows. In China, they don't want their young people playing games. They want them programming them and selling them to America. They don't want their young people playing. In fact, they limit their time on such things very strenuously. 10 English pounds per show. Oh, it's 10 English pounds. If it's 10, I heard $10, but if it's 10 English pounds, that's more than $10, probably 13. How many bucks? But what's the exchange rate? Used to be $2 per pound, but I think it's a lot different now. So I don't know what the exchange rate is at the moment, but it may be like $13 a shot. Then I don't know. For you guys that don't know, we just had this freeze. I still got snow out here. If y'all saw my video I just posted today on Swivelhead News, and me walking around talking about the Venezuelans. I didn't realize how much noise it was making in the video. Me walking around on that snow, you hear all that loud crunching, because the snow is actually more sleet and it's like frozen. Every time you step on the ground, it just cracks real loud. So apologies for the extraneous noise of that. Hey, got Colonel Cole in the house. Good to see you. Oh yeah, what's not bound in South Korea, Colonel Cole? Anyway, Colonel Cole, tell us about that Iraqi base that got hit. You sent me a note on that a little bit ago. I'm not seeing that in the news services yet. The news services are always slow to respond to things. They got to figure out how they're going to spin it before they put it out. So 10 degrees in Madison. When I last looked here, it was like 8 degrees, I think, 7 or 8. I think it said 8 degrees up here. You're down a little closer to the heat island. It's 8 degrees here right now. It's supposed to go down to 7 tonight, where I'm at right now. Brian loves bacon. Hey, don't we all? So, yeah. Well, what's coming next is rain. We got frozen. Now we're going to get flooded. This whole area is going to get flooded. We're going to have rain all next week, it looks like. So I'm, switching one kind of bad weather for another. That's no fun. And if you're down here in the red area, you're really gonna get flooded. And all this is gonna be heavy rain. I'm gonna get, a whole week of rain up here. So that's gonna be no fun. It's really hampering what all I can do and what I need to do. I got a lot of stuff I need to do. But one of my big reasons for coming back to Alabama right now was I knew this is the time of the year that there would be, oh yeah, that'll melt everything for sure. Hey, Greg, does all this WWIII worry ever get too much that you need to break from it? My break and my solace is in that I'm a prepper. But I feel like, the channel, I got a lot of you guys that come to me And I got some major preppers out there that have prepper channels, prepper networks. They've told me they only come to my channel for news. And that's a big an endorsement to me. It tells me that it's, kind of tells me I got a lot of responsibility to you guys to bring this news to you. So I'll be doing this as much as I can. It's tough. It takes a lot of time to bring you guys all this stuff, especially everything else I'm trying to do. And I really was going to do a couple other videos today, and I wound up with some conversations that just thwarted my time. I wasn't able to put them out. I had one. I had everything dialed up, all the material and everything dialed up to do one on galactic grades, and I just couldn't do that and do this video too. I just couldn't do it. So my time is limited, guys. But that was discussions for some future videos that I'm going to do with Jason Neighbors, which was very productive, very productive. And I'll probably have another discussion on it. It's going to be we're going to do some outstanding videos when we work together on that. So, but there's some more conversation to be held. So, I just, the proposition of this channel is to help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. And the hive is really coming down on us. All of us channels are bringing news are really concerned about. Colonel Cole says the Al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq, Anbar Province, was hit by ballistic missiles and drones again today, linked to Iran. Numerous GIs. Oh, Lord. Yows. 3 degrees in Anchorage. Okay, Mag Rising. All right. So you guys are a bit chilly there. Well, the weather's changing, so I expect as it warms up here, you'll be getting colder. So I guess the Chinook is no longer blowing your way. So Master Mix weather with Alberta Clipper feeding the Midwest stream. Okay, Arnold. I would enjoy liquid lunch with you guys. Tracy Broken Ring, where are you at? Well, liquid for me is either water, coffee, or tea. It's about the only things I drink. Water, coffee, or tea. Unsweet tea and black coffee. Minus 17C in western Alberta. Wow. All right, folks. So let's so if you're on this area, just look out. You've been on the lookout for freezing. Now you got to worry about rain and water. So get your preps ready for getting flooded. So we just got to change games here, but it ain't gonna be pretty. This whole region here. And that'll sort of, probably move up the East Coast like it usually does. All righty. So Mexican cartels flood Ecuador's gangs with unlimited money to fuel the carnage. Where's that money come from? American purchases of drugs. That's where it comes from. Because the border is wide open. Because our border is wide open, Ecuador is suffering. Ecuador suffers. International relations are bad because our borders are wide open, guys. It don't just hit us. It affects Central America and South America very negatively, and including Mexico, because Mexico has got to live under these guys here. And it's no fun for the citizens there. No fun. So the whole world is, the whole Western world is suffering because of the way our border is wide open, in my humble opinion. So there's all kind, disease comes across the border. I mean, we're not vetting what's coming in. It's nuts. It's nuts, guys. So I think I got an article here talking about what Texas is doing. I should have scrolled it up next to this one, but instead we're going to the economy here. BRICS has said that the U.S. dollar ranks last in the top 10 currency list. So there are 9 other currencies that are ranking now higher than the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar is not, it's still in the game so far, but the BRICS are trying to take it out. That's their whole objective. But here's the currencies that seem to be doing better. According to this index, this came from Forbes India, of all places. So the currencies doing better is the Kuwaiti dinar, the Bahraini dinar, the Omani rial, however they say that, the Jordanian dinar, Gibraltar pound. British pound is doing better? Canary Island dollar. Canary Island dollar is doing better than the U.S. dollar. Wow. Swiss franc. The euro is doing better. Wow. I thought euro was weak. But anyway, that's according to this source, Forbes of India. For whatever that is or isn't worth, all the more reason to think, as we're going forward, if you want to avoid CBDCs and have some fungible medium to exchange and barter with, I do like the gold backs. So give it a consideration. That's the one I got here, a Utah gold back. No, mine's Wyoming. Pardon me. I got a Wyoming gold back. One note here. That's what I show you guys. I'm going to get some more of these. But these guys are, they can be traded for like, a couple 12 packs of eggs, a couple loaves of bread in barter. They've gone up in value because gold has gone up in value. Gold is still $2,013 and some change. Poor silver is still hanging down at $22.90. But anyway, give it a consideration, guys. This is gold. It's pure gold, and you put it in your wallet like a dollar bill. So, but you can get gold notes, gold coins, gold bars, silver notes, coins, bars, platinum. You get platinum, you get bullion rounds, whatever. And they got a deal here that if you find a better deal elsewhere, they'll meet or to beat it. Use the code GreenGrigs, you get 1% off. Anyway, I show you these things because I think they'll help in your preps, and they'll help us survival communities. Now, in that video on Swivelhead News, I told everybody that Venezuela had the biggest oil reserves in the world, and somebody in the chats was doubting that. Well, here it is, guys. I don't make this stuff up. Worldometer, oil reserves by country. Now, this is dated as 2016. So these numbers will probably change somewhat. But look, Venezuela has nearly 300 trillion barrels, which is ahead of Saudi Arabia. Canada is third in line. Iran is fourth. Iraq is fifth. Kuwait is sixth. United Arab Emirates seventh. Russia is eight. Libya 9. Nigeria 10. And the United States is way down here at 11. But we're actually exporting again, believe it or not. We've got just 2.1% of the world's reserve in oil. But Venezuela has got the highest percentage, 18.2%. So why is, see, look here. Saudi Arabia is rich off this. All these Mideastern countries are rich off this. This is what funds Russia. Nigeria makes money off this. Libya's in like the middle of a civil war. Why is Venezuela one of the poorest countries around? Well, I think we know. If you don't understand that, watch that video. I'll put out more content about the merits and demerits of such systems in the future. So just check that out. And there's all this chatter right now. Just don't stop. Every day I'm reading something on this X bug X. How we can't stop. How are they able to say all these things about something we don't know anything about? Some conjecture, supposedly, theoretically, a conjecture bug, and they're making all these statements about it. We do know there are some bad bugs in the labs, like the one that was 100% fatal with mice that our good friends from Dragon Country come up with. Jeez, guys, what about that? All they got to have is a slip out of the lab. That thing was taking the mice out. They were like asymptomatic for like 3 or 4 days, and then when they hit them, they were gone in 2 or 3 days. And that hits their brains. So I don't know, guys. But how in the world what is the bug X? Well, how do you know? It hasn't supposedly been discovered or announced yet. It really strikes me odd. That's all I got to say. They make it simple. Well, do not use brand X. Joker says, do not use brand X. I've deleted X. It's poisonous. A lot of hate there. Okay, Show Maiden. The platform X. Well, it's pretty wide open. Pretty wide open. We're not about hate here. That's one thing. Anyway, so let's see. Let's go on here. We'll talk robotics here a little bit. Maybe I already changed channels and bring this up on Galactic Gregs. So how about this? How about a robot that learned how to make coffee by watching videos? What? How did it do that? That's amazing. How could a robot learn a task like that? By watching videos. That means AI is getting where it can discern things in a video. So we've kind of counted on them just being able to decode what we're saying, but now they can decode what we're doing. I don't know. That's kind of spooky. But and then they're talking about having 1 billion Tesla bots by year 2040. And Tesla is the only organization that's building these humanoid robots, guys. So in the not too distant future, they're talking about having Elon Musk was talking about 2050, 2060 being hundreds of billions of these things, more robots than people. So yeah, this is kind of nutty, guys. I don't know. What does that mean? Maybe it means the factory jobs go bye-bye. But never fear, because artificial general intelligence, where AI becomes more capable than humans. Oh, I thought he said just moments away. Nah, but there's been others saying it's a long way off. So this guy, Zuckerberg, okay, he said it's just moments away. But some of his people are saying, no, it is far out still. We're a long way off from it. And that's kind of what I think. But who knows, guys? We may be wearing robots. A wearable robot for mountain climbing, for active aging individuals. Now, we'll give them my aches and pains in my knees and my ankles because of all the running I used to do. That might be a good thing. This particular version is credited for giving you 30% more power. So, maybe that would help out. I don't know. Something to take a little pressure off the ankles and knees might be good for those of us that's getting that arthritis setting up, because I pounded my joints too much back in the days when I used to run 12 miles every other day. Yeah, I tore my, I thought I was doing something good, but I did a lot of damage. Did a lot of damage. Hey, caller, be right back. Okay. Clone Wars. Yes, Jacob, it does look like that, especially when you go back and look at this huge number right there. It does look like Clone Wars. Guys, we're living in a science fiction movie or two. It's like every bad science fiction flick at once is coming at us, Mad Max included. I don't know. It's kind of concerning. I had this tab open the other night. I don't think I showed it to you guys. So for some reason, I think I skipped it. So I'm bringing it back in here tonight. I don't think I showed this tab. It was open, but I think I skipped it because I don't remember talking to it. But feds urge banks to flag what? Purchases of what? The good book? Transactions that are involved with something called MAGA, according to the House Committee. Wow. Guys are tracking him. Can you believe that? What are they doing with this reporting? Are they putting people on a list? What kind of list? What kind of intentions? Guys, this just kind of, to me, says the state of deep is the size is too steep. It's too big. This comes from Representative Jim Jordan, who I'd like to see him become Speaker of the House. I wished he had been the Speaker of the House. Jim Jordan. He is one of those guys that really grilled Mayorkas, or whatever how you pronounce the guy's name, who is supposed to be in charge of the Department of Homeland Insecurity, and with all the immigrants coming across. Jim Jordan grilled him and was basically asking about the ones that were known to be on the terrorist watch list that got released into the country. He says, where are they? And Mayorkas could not answer it. And Jim Jordan was fit to be tied over that. So too bad he didn't become Speaker of the House, in my humble opinion. Anyway, now, another thing I mentioned in the video I did over on Swivelhead News about people leaving blue states and going to red states. Well, people are leaving California most, but they're leaving the blue states in droves, guys, all the blue states, and heading to the red states. And that is the way the immigration in the country is going right now. And it's a huge I've seen other articles on this claim as the hugest, biggest change in movement in America, biggest migration within our country. So this is the border invasion aside. So that says a lot about the failings of socialism. If somebody commented on one of my videos there and saying, Marocus, yes, somebody was saying, well, socialism is not communism. Well, I kind of think of socialism as communism light. The real difference is in socialism, you get paid to sit on the couch and to point till you break the coffer. But in communist countries, they make you work if you're permitted to eat in the first place. And there's no safety net in the communist countries. So we'll check China. There's no social safety net like people would think is there. It's not. Here we are. You see this? What are they doing in Texas? They're putting up these ISO shipping containers on the border and putting concertina wire on top. That's a real quick way to build a wall and a lot cheaper than what we were doing before, and probably just as effective or really close. I've seen where people were cutting through the wall, the bars on the wall and bending them where they got all these metal bars coming down. They would cut it at the bottom and bend it out. And then once their people come through, they'd kind of bend it back in so that maybe nobody would know where it was cut. Kind of a little harder to do with ISO shipping containers. And you can stack these on top of each other. So I don't know why that's not the approach for wall building. So that ought to be it right there. Cheaper. I even thought about putting these around my place here at one time. And I realized I couldn't go all the way around it for various things were in the way. New Day says socialism is suicide and communism is, I don't even want to say that out loud here. I'll probably get in trouble if I repeat that. Yikes, guys. So that's what's coming at us, guys. Earthquakes. Green Atlanta said there was a little earthquake swarm in, let me hit the update button. Earthquake swarm in Utah. So what is this? Where's that at? That's Lovelock, Nevada. We got one on the, looks like that, and then Borrego, wherever you say that, Springs, California. So we had a couple of them on the San Andres. Gyers, California. Alaska's got a lot. They're more spread out this time. They were a big concentration up here at one time. Now we got a good size one over here in the Northern Marina Islands, a 6.1. We got about a 6-pointer right here. What is that? 6.6 in Western Brazil near the border of Peru, it looks like. We got one down here off the Cape of Good Hope, Southwest Indian Ridge, 6.2. All right, when you get them sixers, those are pretty big. What's that one? 5.4 in Argentina. That's also Argentina, 4.5, Bolson, Argentina. And up here, looks like close to Vancouver, 2.5, 40 kilometers southwest of, I don't know how you say that, UC, how you pronounce UC, Ukilet, Canada. I don't know how to pronounce that. This one's in Washington State, 2.1. And then there's a lot of them occur right in this area here, but that's just south of the sand. What was that fault plate there? I want to say Defuca, but that ain't right, is it? Getting brain lock here. The Juan Defuca fault, or plate, excuse me, Juan Defuca plate. That little plate right there, that's all that's left of probably what was a really big plate at one time. It's been subducted underneath North America, and that's what makes for this trench offshore here that can create those big subduction zone earthquakes. It's considered really big tsunamis. Anyway, space weather. Let's look at the sun. A bunch of sunspots. Do not look like a grand solar minimum to me. Small asteroid just hit Earth, but it's only like a meter wide. It's discovered and then hit Earth the same day, 2024 BX1. I don't know why they call that an asteroid. It's only, a meter wide. They call that an asteroid. I don't know. That sounds like a meteorite to me, or a meteor because it burned up in the atmosphere. A big meteor. I I think a little loose on what they call meteors and asteroids. That's kind of a picture of the activity around Earth. Earth being a little blue dot there. Oh, all right. So I talked about this, and this one was today. Coming up today, a 0.9er coming in just inside the moon's orbit. 2024 BQ1. Well, we got another one coming in about the same level at 24 BJ. But now that's a little bigger. I said it's 4 meters. This one's 22 meters. That one could make a really big boom fit the atmosphere, maybe even get something to the ground. But it's not going to hit us. It's missing us by a wide berth. So there's really nothing in here that's to be concerned about. That's the good news, at least that we know of coming up within the next, through March 18th. So there you are, my friends. Nothing to bite your fingers off about. So let's see what happened. What happened to Wendy? Something happened. I got to open another tab. Let me close. Stop the share. Halo. I'm gonna open the Wendy tab here. I got the share closed. Are we doing another Carrington event? Well, due is a word that's really not applicable because those things are random. You just don't know when they'll hit. Now, we had a Carrington event in 1859. The railroad event was not as strong as a Carrington event, but it would have been capable of taking down the modern grid, and it hit us in 1921. So there's only 62 years between those two events. And now it's been 103 years since the railroad event. So it's just, it's hard to say when the next will hit. But we are coming into a really active sun cycle maximum here. So the probability of something hitting us is increasing. As we know, in the last few years, there's actually been a number of solar eruptions on the far side of the sun that were probably been big enough to take down a grid. Fortunately, they were not aimed at Earth. So it's just a random thing. When's the next one going to be heading our way? I don't know where Wendy is. Drops, we haven't seen Drops in a while, but Drops was going to move. So maybe he's setting up to move. I need to be putting more effort in my preparations to move too. I had Wendy open. Now there's a major storm that brewed off the eastern coast. It's heading toward Ireland and England. And we got some cold temperatures all across the United States. That storm went. Oh yeah, it's already skirted across the Atlantic. I think last time we were showing this, it was just off the shore of Maine. It actually, the genesis was there off the shore of Maine. Judy is, I don't know, she's kind of changed her work schedule or something. So she probably won't be in here. I think the same is true for Chewy Weather. So we may not see either one of them for a bit. Judy's taking her grandson in to raise him, it looks like. So let me keep her in our hearts and minds for that in the meantime. So let me do share again, share screen. Bing, 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 bing. Ding, ding. There it is, guys. That's what's cooking around the country. It's not cooking, it's chilling. A lot of 30s up in here and teens down here. That's usually colder. Right now, the cold air is down here, all around here. In Alberta, apparently, according to, yep, minus 15 Fahrenheit at high level. Alberta's got some cold weather. All righty, 309. So we got a little storm going up the west coast. That's probably going to come ashore with some rain. Got some rain all across the west coast. Snow all up and down the Rockies. Snow in West by Golly, Virginia. Northern Pennsylvania, northwest Pennsylvania, upstate New York. Great Lakes. Offshore, a lot of snow offshore. Here in Canada. I don't think we go in there. Let's see. what it's showing here locally. Shows Huntsville at 14, but Huntsville's a bit of a heat island. Ardmore 12. According to my, this may be dated because according to my weather thing, it says it's like 8 degrees out here right now. So if I would go over here to Killing, Texas, 34. Planet Houston, 37. Juarez, 44. Mexico. Got a little snow over here. Sholo. Jesse in the house. I thought I saw Jesse earlier. You're getting a little snow, it looks like, but it says you're 37. What temperature is it, Jesse? He's actually east of Sholo. Snowflakes, 39. No snow there. This is the mountains right here. Call it the White Mountain region right in here. White Mountain. Lost Wages is a balmy 52. Lost Angels is 53. Whoops, that thing just skip forward. Bing. The refresh button. There we go. Bakersfield, 53. We're not going to hit everywhere tonight. It's already late. We got a late start. We've been in here now for 55 minutes. Have you got your own power? I'm using grid power here at the house, but it will be off grid in my Arizona location. I'll be entirely off grid there. Seattle 41, Eugene 44. You see Alberto where Arnold's at. It's got, he said, minus 15 Fahrenheit, 34.2 in Colorado. Colorado Jan. Oh, like 34 over here and 21 in Denver. 26 in Colorado Springs. That sound right to you? Colorado Jan. This is a little off from my local temperature. So I don't know how accurate this thing is. Delta Junction, minus 19. Okay, that's, now we're talking. Delta Junction is minus 19. Run it forward a little bit. See if it's going to get colder into the night there. Yeah, minus 22, minus 24. All right, so they're going to bottom out at minus 24 today. And Delta Junction, Fort Greeley area. Back when I was living right about here, you could draw a circle 100 miles wide, and there only been about 2,000 people in it. It was remote. Very remote. Nome is minus 1. Anchorage is a balmy 12, according to this mag horizon. What temperature did you say it was? John Taylor, how you doing, John? Michael Fick, 11. Okay. Is that Fick or Fike? I guess it's Fike. 56 in Miami. Mosquitoes are still getting you, carnivorous rigging. That's terrible. Mr. Taylor. All right. So Dead Horse is minus 26. There you go. Now we're talking. No, minus 11. We usually find, all right, minus 56 right here. And Batagay, whatever you say that, minus 56. Yeah, you can usually find some good cold temperatures. And Siberia don't disappoint you for that. Well, if we run down under, scroll down here. Australia, Birdsville, 106. Warburton, 107. But down on the coast, Sydney's 82. Capital City, Canberra, 73. Melbourne, 64. Hobart is 55, double nickel. John Taylor, salute to you. Thank you very much. Hey, Greg, can you stay a little longer for this? Oh, what do you want to talk about, John? Celebrate the 10th Super Chat and live stream. Okay, John, the 10th Super Chat. Salute to you. Thank you, sir. I much appreciate that. super chats. That's what's keeping me alive right now, guys. I really appreciate it. I got some storms up here in the desert. Sure, that's appreciated. Some rain up there. That's pretty good relief. I'm on the western slope, and it's usually milder in the winter weather in other places. Well, that's good to know. Right near NORAD. Oh, okay. The Springs has ice fog around the mountains in the wintertime. Yeah, ice fog. Boy, I saw a lot of ice fog back when I was up at Fort Greely, Alaska. And you used to hear the old expression, don't eat the yellow snow. My comeback was don't breathe the yellow ice fog. Certain hot liquids go poof on contact with that cold air. They go to vapor. If you walked outside with a hot cup of coffee and threw it up in the air, you'd be lucky if a single drop hit the ground. I used to always tease people and say, what's going to happen if you throw a hot cup of coffee in the air? And say, oh, it'd be ice when it hits the ground. No, it don't even hit the ground. It goes poosh. It goes to gas, vapor. And I've seen other things go to vapor. Maybe not as much as the real hot coffee, but I've seen other things go to vapor too. So I said, don't breathe the yellow ice fog. You get a lot of ice fog. I bet you do nowadays. I bet you do. So, John, what do you want to talk about? We're getting through the weather here. Do you want to go in more detail on the weather, or you want to talk about something else? Indonesia area is in the 80s. It's on the equator, but it's because you got so much ocean around there, it moderates the temperature a lot. Same with the Philippines in the 80s, principally, kind of like Indonesia. India gets hot temperatures, even though it's technically wintertime up here. Not so hot right now. In the summertime, they bake. But it's summertime down here, down under. The spell you're under, down under. I know we got Rodney in the house. Shield Maiden, let's go to Europe. Let's look at England. Shield Maiden's over there. London's balmy 50 degrees. Now there's that storm. This storm is predicted to hit Dublin. I guess it looks like it's heading up toward Glasgow. We'll advance it forward in a little bit, see what it's doing. We'll see what New Days is dealing with temperature-wise. $12 degrees. Man, it's warmer up there. That's that big radar, that big VLF stations in this area. Cutler, Maine. That's another system that may be setting up. And then we got this stream coming up, which is the tail end of this storm. Well, it's got a name, Ice. It starts with I, whatever it's doing. They named this storm. Let's advance in time here, see what this storm does. All right. Looks like it's going to hit Ireland and Scotland, maybe a little bit of wave in England after that. Beatles said it best. What did the Beatles say, John? We get by with a little help from our friends. Amen to that. And thank you for the help, friend. Thank you for the help. Oops. Didn't mean to scroll in. I was trying to scroll over. I kind of like to go to the States sometimes and just kind of clock it forward because we're supposed to be getting a lot of rain. It's not even out there right yet. Let's run the clock, see what's happening in North America. Sunday. There's that rain starting up. Monday. AM. East Texas is going to be getting a lot of rain. Starts coming into my area Tuesday, I guess. Well, don't go out too much yet, according to this system. East Texas is getting hammered Tuesday. Wow, real bad down around Houston area, Galveston. That's coming up around the Gulf Coast, getting hit hard Wednesday. Coming pretty good in my area on Thursday. We got quite a storm coming toward the west coast. Oh yeah, that looks right. That's what I worry about. Look at that, guys. When you see all these small cells, that's where mesocyclones can spin up. That's where you can get tornadoes. This stuff right there, if that's what happens, that's bad. The good thing is it's early in the morning. They're not as bad early in the morning because you don't have as much energy in them. If it stays like that in the evening, whoever it hits could be hit real hard. Let's see what that looks like going forward. All right, there we are. There's the afternoon. Florida Panhandle, South Alabama, and on into Georgia. Real heavy in Georgia. There could be tornadoes in that Thursday afternoon. It's dying out later Thursday night. Reflaring the next day, Friday. We got this finger of weather heading toward the west coast. And another line start. Wow, look at that. Saturday. In my area. Saturday. Oh, get snow up in the Midwest next weekend. Looks like you got quite a system heading toward the west coast there. Next week. Week after next, however you want to look at it. And a lot of snow up in the northeast at that point in time. No big surprise on that. Right, new days, you'll be getting some snow. Imagine that. You wouldn't think that now, would you? Alrighty, folks. Turkey's getting a lot of snow. Looks like snow, freezing rain, or something going up there. Some snow in Ukraine. Probably help the battlefield conditions for rolling tanks for whoever wants to do it. Norway. We get Norway in the house a lot. We get somebody from Norway in here a lot of times. Snow, snow, and more snow. Well, both teams lost their playoff games. Brought snow shovels. Easy swivelers. Hey, John. Oslo's 25. It's just about freezing out there on the coast, but inland it's cooler. 17 up here. A lot of variation in temperature. 17 here, further north it's 28. -2 over here. Murmansk, a big military base area for Russia up in this area is 1. We got a big air base and big naval base up there. Russia does. And they're worried about it because they only got one road going up to it, and it's right next to the border of Finland. It's a long supply line here that runs from Russia up to this military base, and it runs right up by Finland. So with the war, the Finns could take that out potentially. 23 in Warsaw. Minsk, we're looking Chico's that's 19, 32, and over in Kiev. Moscow is 8 degrees. Well, it's warmer here than Kiev. Moscow's the same temperature that I'm at, according to this and our sources, or thereabouts. Hello, Vladimir Putin. 70s down in the Virgin Islands. It's not bad. Place to be right now, right? Jacksonville, Florida. We have Nightman's wife in the house. 32. We can scroll in down here and look at that. 32 in Gainesville. All right, folks. Anything y'all want to see? Long overdue. Have 10 inches. I should have over 4 foot by now. Lord, 4 foot of snow. Definitely a trooper. Who's that? Tracy Broken Wings. That's what you guys are saying in the chat room. 167 in the house. Sasquatch moon. Let's see. Honestly, just imagine if everyone had greenhouses like Dean's. Hey guys, I'm gonna put a word of warning out to y'all. I'm not gonna say the who or what, but I know one of you got your bank account hit. Now I know there's a lot of companies like utility companies and credit card companies, financial institutions that you can pay by phone. Give them your credit card, give them your bank account number, routing number, and they'll do an automatic bank transfer of your money. But if you're shopping, don't do it. If you're shopping anything online, anybody out there, I don't care if they got a nice looking website or what, do not do that. You might find your account zeroed out. And I think it happened to somebody here that's amongst us tonight. So guys, be very, very careful. Don't give your bank, and never give your password. These other places, they'll never ask for your password. If they are set up right, never give your password to your bank account to anybody, ever. Even the bank don't ask for that. Never, ever give out your password to your bank account. Don't do it unless you're in there to change it at the bank itself. But that's a don't do. That's a no-go. Don't do it, guys. Do not give out your passwords. Bowling Green is 8 degrees. Louisville, 8 degrees. Indianapolis, 7. Columbus, Ohio, 16. Toledo, 12. Cleveland, 23. Man, I was driving on the road in Cleveland up by the Ford engine plant, and the air was so thick with chemicals and stuff. I thought I was going to choke. Felt like I couldn't breathe. I was like glad to get out of that and get out down the road. That's the hardest time I ever had breathing, just atmospheric air, was in Cleveland. Oh man, I don't know what happened there. That air was bad. At one time, the river there had so many chemicals in it, caught fire and burnt. What was that river there? There's that little, I used to know the name of it. There's a river that goes in up here. That thing had so much chemicals in it, the darn thing caught on fire. The river. Yeah, this river right here. What river is that? Anybody know the name of this river off the top of their head? I used to tell you what it was. I can't remember it right now. I haven't been up there in a long time. But sometimes I used to go to the what we used to call the Lewis Space Flight Center. It's now named after John Glenn. But holy smoke. That was rough. 3 in Chicago. -13 in Rockford. Wow. I think it's a cold. All right, Cedar Rapids is -15. Waterloo, -10. Iowa. We got some -1s and -4s. Wisconsin Rapids, -4. Oshkosh is 3. And for Brian Perendi, who will definitely watch us sometime tomorrow, Minnesota. Let's see, you got 10 degrees up here, but 3 down here. 1 down here. So you go from 10 degrees up north, it gets colder as you go south. -1 in Rochester. Wow, from 10 degrees, -1 to 10 degrees across the state. The coldest point being the southeast part. Well, that's interesting because the cold air is moving south. All right. Yeah, we're up Canada now. Prince Albert's 3 degrees. Saskatchewan. Yep, Saskatchewan. Manitoba's over here. Saskatchewan. I haven't been to Saskatchewan. I've been to Yukon Territory, Alberta, and British Columbia. Oh, and I was driving back from Alaska. Oklahoma City is 23. We'll look at Tulsa. In case Jason's in the house or coming and watching later. I talked to him tonight. We're planning to do an incredible video or maybe a series of videos. It's going to be some incredible content we're going to bring you guys. So definitely hold out for that. Provo, 34. What's that disease dogs get that's kind of named like this? Not Provo, but something close. State in Ogden, Indiana, 25 up there. Yeah, I got a lot of 32s in these areas. 34. Francis, 28. Wow. Casper Lawman, 34. Gillette, 37. I remember thinking that was the dustiest town in the world once upon a time. All right, Birmingham, Alabama, 16. What's Birmingham, England? 16 in Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, England's 48. Balmy over there. Now, so you click on here to put that flag in there and tell you how much precipitation there is right there. 2/100ths of an inch. Well, that's on the tail end of the storm. All right, guys. That's the weather around the world. Mange, parvo. That's what I was looking for. Parvo. Parvo. Yeah, the bug the dogs. I've got 3 degrees, says Steffers J. All right. And distemper. No, parvo is the one I was looking for. Something that kind of sounded a lot like provo. Parvo. That's it. A lot of dogs get that. Parvo. But distemper is and of course mange. Yeah, a lot of animals get that mange. John Taylor, look at Brazil's temperature in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, it's a good thing to check out. Rio de Janeiro. Boom, boom. 79. Well, summertime down there. 79, and getting some rain. Looks like pretty balmy. Sao Paulo, where some of the people I worked with, not directly. I never went to Brazil, but I did work on trying to integrate a Brazilian express pallet in the space station once upon a time for electrical integration. And it was being developed right here in Sao Paulo. That's where the aircraft company, Alenia, is at. That's her name, Alenia. You know what? Sometimes I get mixed up because I work also with the aircraft company over here in Italy. No, Alenia was Alenia was the company in Italy. What was the name of that company in Brazil? Yeah, Alenia is the company in Italy. Never mind, over here. I've been to Turin, Italy. 39 degrees there. That's where the shroud's at. I've seen the Shroud of Turin. I've seen it with my eyes. The Shroud of Turin. That's an interesting thing to behold. Anyway, what is the name of that company? Somebody. Parvo stinks. They make Embraer. Yeah, Embraer is a company in Sao Paulo. Embraer. It's right there. Not Alenia. Alenia is in Italy. Embraer. Alrighty, folks. Rodney, it's 30 degrees C down here. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Massilian, Kid Run, Ohio is 25. Okay. Kennel cough. That's what they call it, huh? Kennel cough. All right, enough of the weather. Stop the share. Halo. Yeah, I'm wearing my Space Force badge hat tonight. Lethal to puppies, no immune system. Yeah, it's a pretty bad bug for dogs. It's gonna come back, polar vortex. So I hope we don't get another storm this deep. Last year I had pipes freeze. First time I ever had pipes freeze and bust in this house. It got down to 9 degrees, and I had the pipe where that froze was dripping. At least I thought it was dripping. It's in a tub in my bathroom, in my bedroom. It froze in the wall, and when it came loose, it flooded down here. It flooded up there too, flooded that bathroom, flooded my laundry area here and the carpet down here. It made a mess, big mess. And so part of my objective was to make sure being here this time is that I wouldn't get hit by something like that again, and I could control it and contain it by getting the house really warm. My central heat and air is out, so I've been using space heaters and a kerosene heater. So it's a good time to be here right now to keep damage from being done from the weather. And I got a well out here. Had I not been here and running dripping water, probably I'd have lost my tanks and plumbing at the wellhead. I would have lost plumbing in the house because that incident occurred at 9 degrees. It's been colder than that about 3 times already, and it's getting colder than that tonight. We got down to 0 a couple nights ago here. So it's a good time to be here to kind of watch out for that stuff. 7:34 p.m. Well, it is 3:35 a.m. here. All righty. So you're in Sunday night, and we're in the wee hours of Sunday morning here. Yeah, I hadn't seen a lot of winter in South Spain, sunny and fine. Oh, you're in Spain. We got Spain in the house. Very good. South Spain. Let's go back here to the sharing screen again. Bing, bing, bing. Good to see Spain house. I'm always happy when you people from other countries in here. I guess that's one of the advantages of coming here in the crazy hours I do these lives. So is that, I guess that would be 7 in the Celsius. John Taylor. Well, thank you, John. Here's a little partying cash, brother. Love that what you're doing. Can't wait till you're in Arizona permanently. There you go. Well, probably around March. Let's hope the world holds together that I get out there permanently. Yes, sir. Toledo, Spain, 50 degrees. Wow, look here. Now, this is in the Fahrenheit scale. Oh, are we on the current time? We're a little bit ahead. There's current time. Real time. All right, that looks different when I hit the real time. Yeah, it advanced a little bit because it's going to be warming up. Those projected temperatures. There you go, John. I should be out there in the not too distant future. And I might be trucking some things, moving some stuff out there in a few weeks. I got to get the van I was living out of. I don't know. I may have to sell it for scrap. It's stranded in Houston. And I just can't see paying $4,000 for a transmission when I buy a van like that for $2,000. I got one here. I don't know if it's really up to making it out there or not. I got another one here I call Vanna White. I've done some videos from Vanna White. I have to ask anyone here from from BFE. Probably a bunch of people way out in the middle of nowhere. We do know where Timbuktu is. It's in Mali. Too bad out there in the desert right now. 60s and 70s. If you're going to be in the Sahara, this is the time to go. But I don't know if I'd want to be anywhere around it. Timbuktu is 71 degrees. There we go, guys. Now, what I'm hearing is that Algeria is falling in the influence of Russia and China. And I'm hearing that Russia and China is sending missiles to Algeria. So I was wondering how it was that Iran can make the threats to close the Strait of Gibraltar. And that may be how, because, you know, your sea lanes are real narrow right here. So if somebody sets up missile batteries here, they might be pulling a Houthi maneuver right here. That would cut Europe off quite a bit, all Southern Europe, because they need to be able to get in and out of here for trade. So that would basically make this a no trade zone. Oh, yeah, I was going to go to Google Earth and show you guys the Zawalki Gap, which is right here. That's the Zawalki Gap, guys. I'll show it to you from Google Earth. Let me stop the share. Bang. Pull up Google Earth. I think I already got it dialed up. I do. Let me hit a little, whoops. Make it where I can maneuver my tabs. Scoot it around a little bit here. We'll scroll in and out. Come on. All right, now let me do another screen share. Bada bing, bada bang. I gotta click a bunch of buttons and find all the right things. There we are, guys. This is the Zawalki Gap. That is the border crossing right there. Let me scan out a little bit. So they got some border stations in here. It should show us the country borders. Oh, I'm not seeing the borders right now. That's odd. Google Earth usually shows the borders. Not seeing them right now. I don't know why. Maybe because I got too much stuff open. Maybe it's overloaded. Well, this is a gap of 60 something miles, I think. I was going to put a measure on it from the border to border, but I can't. It's hard to discern the borders when you're looking at it that way. Anyway, you got Kaliningrad up here. All right, it's starting to draw a border. What's going on? I must have too much stuff open for the memory. See what the memory's telling me. No, I don't. Might be a server issue. My memory's not taxed out, neither CPU or memory. So I don't know why it's not drawing the borders in here like it usually is. It's starting to draw a border here, but didn't quite get through. I don't know. I was wanting to show you guys. Every time I come in here the last several times, it showed me all the borders. Must be a server issue. There we go. There. Whoop. I'll wait a little bit. Maybe it'll come up. Let's see the borders. Maybe come back. I shouldn't have scrolled there. Knocked them out. Let's wait. Give it a minute. People lined up wanting to buy your old custom van. How was it run, Granny? What are you asking for? Goat Moog. Do have problems with flooding, though, if electric goes up. Oh, you got a sump pump. Okay. Well, it's set to show borders right now. It's just not doing it normal. It started to. And I changed the scan and they went away. No, it was showing borders earlier and it started to show them again. It's just probably a server issue. It's already set to show the borders. It's just not processing. I'll let it sit here a minute. Maybe it will. It almost did it. And I made a mistake of scrolling and it quit. Russia wants a direct path from Russia to Kaliningrad. Yeah, and that's the Zawalki Gap. So they would like to have direct access to Kaliningrad from Belarus. Belarus comes to a point right below the Zawalki Gap. And that's where a lot of NATO folks are trying to concentrate on the Poland side, maybe even on the Lithuanian side to some degree, because they're concerned that Russia's going to try to secure that gap. And that might be, they'd probably come in on the Lithuanian side because Lithuania is weaker than Poland. So that could be the start of a kinetic war between NATO and Russia. I don't know why it's not showing them now. Too bad that you already got so much money into that van. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm looking at. Well, I've got my van of white. I might take it out, but I don't know if I'll take out everything I was transporting before in my van I call Candy. Anybody got a vehicle to sell in Nevada? Well, Granny's in Utah. Steffords, maybe you can cut a deal with Granny. Have a boat for sale. 30,000. Oh my gosh, Granny. $30,000 boat. Holy guac smoke a moly. Yeah, that's out of my league. That's way out of my league, Granny. Yeah. Why in the world is it not showing? Oh, well. I hoped it was going to catch up. I'll scan out a little bit. It'll pop in. Well, it's starting to show some borders over here. Yeah, it's set to show borders. It's just not doing it. It's just processing. I don't know. It's probably a server issue. Granny's teasing. She's teasing us. What Russia really wants to do, there we go. They want to come in here. they want to go into Poland. They would really like to see, this is the Carpathian Mountains. This is the gap they really want to seal. It's between the Carpathian Mountains and the Baltic Sea. Borders are starting to draw. And they want to seal it down here too. They got to take Moldova and part of Romania, I guess, to do that. These are the gaps they really want to seal here and right here. Yeah, this thing's just running slow. It's a server issue, Arnold. The settings are set appropriately. It's a nice boat. It ought to be for 30,000 pennies, maybe. Greg, FYI, that developer from New Hampshire that informed me of where and how funding comes from, contact that country's constant. They take it from there. Oh, yeah. Do you want to expand on that some more, or is that just between us? For illegals to get funding for housing. Yeah, what New Days was telling me was there's a lot of money available to immigrants for housing. Just think about it, guys. We got veterans that are homeless in America, but we're pumping all kind of money. Well, they're just trying to jerk people in as much as they can get them. Oh, well, I'm going to give up on this. It's just, there it is. Now scan the way out and you'll see it, but I can't give it the view I was wanting to give. Jeez. Let me go back in and see if I can say, I want to get closer and just show you some details. All right, maybe, no. Oh my gosh. That's sad. Anyway, it's basically from here to here. It's about 60 miles, I think. Chris Craft, 2.9, Cuddy cabin, 1999 Corvette engine. Well, Granny? Yeah, they took it from Germany. They did. It was German. It was actually Prussian land. Russians took it from them. They moved all the Germans out and put their own people in. Hmm. You can live on a boat. Well, unfortunately, I don't have a river or lake and snowflake to put it. Greg, buy your replacement vehicle from Arizona, no rust. Well, I don't rust down here either. New Days. If I get out of Maine, I'll see what country I can sell our, what's the rest of your message here? Sell our something to. Oh, she deleted it. Well, if I scan out, it'll show the borders, but I was really wanting to draw a line across there for measuring and show y'all some things, but it ain't wanting to draw the borders. Anywho, well, with Sweden and Finland and Norway all in NATO, Russia's going to have, this is the Baltic Sea becomes almost a NATO sea, ocean sea. Russia's going to have a hard time. Well, we started to see some borders up there. And I moved it. Oh my God, it shouldn't be so sensitive. Usually you can move this thing all around that show borders. Oh, well, I'm going to give up on this. I ain't doing what I wanted it to. So much for that. Anyway, I won't stop the show. I'm going to give up on it for tonight. We'll try this another night when the servers are working better. Miss Stacy from Sustainable Stewards, haven't seen any recent video. I think she took her channel down, didn't she? Is it even up? Is her channel even online anymore? Yeah, she moved, and she basically withdrew from contact. She used to be real active in our Freedom Restoration Foundation. Sell out too, and she's kind of gone. Yeah, well, I was living in my vans. I was going back and forth. I crossed the country 4.5 times in that van, and I stayed in it for several months, lived in that van for several months. So I hate it that I'm having problems. It was nice in that it had a plug on the outside to plug into, and it had all kind of electrical inside. You can plug into. It actually had a regular outlet, 120-volt outlet inside of where you plugged in from the outside, and then it had cigar ports distributed all through that van, so you can power stuff. It was a center for camping. And it had a nice trailer hitch on the back, which I don't have yet. I can always put one on one, but I don't have that on Vanna White. Four-wheel drive van. Yeah, that would be the thing to have, Mitch, especially for a bug out vehicle. The Iceman dude disappeared too. I can't remember his YT channel name. Ice Age Farmer. Oh yeah, he probably got taken off. They deleted a bunch of channels, and he was talking about things they don't want you to talk about on here. Let's just put it that way. There's been a lot of channels taken. He was a nice guy. I met him at LeakCon. Met him at LeakCon. It was 2019. I think it was 2019. Are you sure it's not a sensor? No. The transmission was theoretically rebuilt and then blew out on me. I think it's got a problem, probably in the valve body. One of the valves is stopped up or something. It's overpressurizing. What was his name? I want to say Chris. What the heck was that guy's name that did Ice Age Farmer? Anyway, yeah, I met him at LeakCon. David Devine, met him at LeakCon. Big, tall guy. He's tall. David Devine is, but he's a nice guy. Maybe, yeah. I watched that. I don't know how you pronounce that. Actually, he spells it Yanasa, N-A-S-A, but I don't know how he actually pronounces it. Let's give a shout out to Ed at Prepper Nurse One then while we're at it. I like to watch Black Scout Survival. He's been hammered by the network. Christian, that's it. Christian was his name. You're right. Christian Arnold. You're exactly right. His name was Christian. Well, at least I got the C part right. Chris. All right. I had the first part, Christian. That was it. No one has money to buy. They wait for free. No, I've not met Nate personally, but we've done a video together. I was actually a guest on Canadian Prepper's channel. So, Nate's a nice guy. Nate sent me some free goodies too, guys. He's a real nice guy. I'd purchased some stuff from him, and I guess, just being a guest on the show or just cause, Nate is a really nice guy. Some people malign him. They shouldn't do that. Nate's a nice guy. I really appreciate him. Smart guy too. And the guy does that NASA channel. Yeah, he seems to be a nice guy. I think his channel was taken off, Mark. This platform deletes channels. They've deleted some really good channels. They deleted a lot of channels. That's why I'm trying to be really careful on here. And, with this new sensitive category they're coming out with, I think news of any type may be hard to cover, maybe very hard. He moved over to BitChute. Okay, so he's on BitChute now. So he's still active. He's just on the BitChute platform. Well, thanks, Arnold, for telling us that. All of us channels that bring their news, we may be taken off or just have to quit reporting news. I don't know what's happening here, guys, on this platform. So what I'm trying to do is take this kind of content and move it for time being covered over on my channel. It's titled News, Silverhead News. Hey, KRW37, is that your call sign? Ham radio? Miss Jones, I'm going to sell my place here in Ohio this June. would like to buy some land there in Arizona, well, that's a good place to look. Moving west seems smart right now. Well, if you move the right places, it is. I wouldn't move to California for anything. Nope, I wouldn't move there. But hey, I met a lot of nice people in Arizona. A lot of good. Karen W. Oh, I see. Okay, Karen W. So that's your name, Karen, huh? All right. Used to be 37. That was your age once upon a time? Karen W. Okay, Karen. Very good. Moved to BitChute. That's good. I bought some water filtration tablets from them. Okay, Rodney. Yeah, I got a blanket on my bed upstairs I bought from my wool blanket. I actually carried it with me to Arizona. Lazy Llama Drama. Just got myself 40 acres in Kingman, Arizona. Well, salute to you. Good thing. No, Slab City is in California. Slab City is in the desert of California. That's a pretty wild place from what I hear. Not moving to California. Yeah, you're probably in a pretty good place up there in Utah, as long as you're not close to Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City would be a major targeted. There's some defense establishments there, the big data fusion center. You can expect Salt Lake City to be targeted. As and the New Days, I got her attention, telling her she was a little too close. Well, she's 100 miles really from the VF very low frequency VLF radio transmitter tower, but there's something else that's near her, like 16 miles from a huge radio tower. That may be a target, but Mitch Jones looked at a place out there by you next to the river, the Colorado River. It's about the only river in the area there, Mitch Jones. The wash behind my property feeds into the Colorado River. So any water that rolls off my property at some point will go down the Grand Canyon at some point. The Communist People's Republic of California. Hey, John, that's about right. So anyway, yeah, watch on the rewind. If anybody's coming here this late and I see some new people coming in, catch it on the rewind. I always do the news in the first part. So Ohio is the same way with no land taxes. That's good. No land taxes on Ohio? Wow. That means your property is really yours. That's amazing. Gregg County, Virginia, Arizona. All right. Veterans need to look into getting their property taxes reduced. I have to pay on my exes. Probably depends on what state you're in, because states usually run the property taxes, Tracy. I got to see what the policy is in Arizona. Some states, when you get to a certain age, you don't pay property tax. So in some states, they may have veterans deals. A lot of there's states like Tennessee, right up here by me, that don't have an income tax. The income tax in Alabama is low. Property tax in Alabama is very low. It's one of the lowest states for property tax. Not for SSI or 65 or over. Well, if you're born after 1 January 1960, full retirement 67. So I was born right after that, not long after, but you know, if it had been a few weeks earlier, I might have been able to retire at 65 with full retirement. But for me, it's 67. Oh, you're right outside of Sholo. Okay, Mitch, that's good. Yeah, you got some water up in that area. So I'm probably going to, as soon as the weather allows. I think all the government offices are shut down in Hunts Patch, but as soon as the weather allows, I'm probably going to go down and file for Social Security. I might still get some spot work from my company I've been working from, but they don't have anything for me right now. You got my attention. In fact, the tower transmitter is, wow. One you show me the picture of, that's 500,000 watts. Jeez. Yeah, that one is probably going to be some kind of a target. All right, Lazy Llama Drama. I'm from and have multiple properties in Tennessee. Cannot be fooled. It is one of the highest states for general sales tax. They make money elsewhere. Yeah, well, that's typically true. Property tax, we don't have income tax. Well, they want to tax something somehow. Are these more dangerous times than the Cold War? Yeah, I think so by a long shot, because there's actually a kinetic war going on in Europe right now, and the nuclear threats that's been put out there. Yeah, I think it's a lot more dangerous than the Cold War. I think we're in a very dangerous time. I would say this is like Cuban Missile Crisis or worse. There's a lot more weapons in the world today than there were then, too. So 9.75 will never sell. Well, it's 9% in the towns of Huntsville and Madison, Alabama. Now you get out here in the county, it's like 5%. But there's a shopping center down below me here where they made a deal with the county and rerouted the road and did stuff. They're charging 6.5. But generally the county around here is 5%. But the cities tack on some taxes. In Huntsville and Madison, each one is 9%. You can get them abated if you're on SSI and we're 65. Goat mode, does that apply to Arizona? I mean, every state does those different property taxes and things. So where you? All right. Well, everybody, all right, we're picking up some people in here. It's 4 a.m. here. We need to go, guys. I'm going to do a video on Galactic Greggs tomorrow. I was thinking about doing it live tonight with you guys, but it's so late now. I think we just need to go. So I'll probably just do a video there and upload it on Galactic Greggs and maybe come up with some other content for Swivelhead News. We'll go live next time we go live with news. It'll be on Swivelhead News. That's Ohio. Okay, that's Ohio. So let's do this. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to share a couple of things before we go. I've got a few other channels, but I'm going to show you two of them here tonight that I'm posting to presently. Just started posting to again. War was hours to minutes from nukes to arrive. Now it's minutes to seconds. Oh yeah. Well, back then it was all ballistic missiles, but now there's a lot of ship-based missiles. There's hypersonic missiles. With the reaction time is a lot shorter. One thing that saved us from there were several times we almost had an accidental nuclear war with Russia, and the thing that saved us was the fact that it takes so long for missiles to go over the poles that we were able to determine it wasn't a real missile strike. If we were right up against Russia or had the shorter fuse we got today, it might have been different. Ringlegs, would you be interested in selling 3 to 5 acres? I'm not going to sell anything in my property in Arizona. Actually, they got it set up there where if you sell anything, you can only subdivide it like 20-acre plots. That's one of the rules they got for where I bought. So I'd have to sell half of it, and I'm not doing that. But there is properties just north of me where they got small plots like an acre you can buy. There may be other areas, just look around Snowflake, Taylor, Arizona, or if you want to get up where you got trees, go up to the areas of like Show Vernon. That's up in the mountains, a little bit colder, but it's real scenic. It may be higher price up there. I don't know. The world was great in the 90s. Everyone's getting on. Racial tensions. Yeah. Well, we elected Obama. And you would have thought with electing Obama that racial tensions would have got even better, but it went the other direction for some strange reason. I don't know why, but it seemed like all kind of tensions and division got ratcheted up at that point in time. So let's look here at screen share again. I'm going to show you my couple other channels. This is Swivelhead News. If you go to it, you'll see everything except this TubeBuddy stuff. You won't see that there. Or maybe that. But here's my shorts. over here. These are, I'm doing a little poetry. I make it funny. If the leak can't win. That's my little song, Propane, to the tune of cocaine, because somebody wants to ban propane. I think it's insane. This is the last video I posted. Communism fails. Venezuelan immigrants. Now, what you want to do is you come over here and you hit live, and you'll see our last live session that we did last night over here. And it was this one. China's plan to sink the entire fleet within 30 minutes. And here was an upload I did called Democrats Democracide. So these are two recent videos I posted here. So I got three recent videos here on Swivelhead News. So go check them out. This one will probably shock you. This was a live session, so it's almost 2 hours long. But again, all the news is probably in the first 30 minutes of it. Thank you for posting my links there. New days. Galactic Greg's, I was going to post a video there. I got everything dialed up to do the video, except for time. I just did a video yesterday about Japan landing on the moon. And I'm going to do one on Mars water and moon water. I'm going to do another one on this topic. You know, what's Congress trying to hide? They're trying to hide something. What's it all about? Kind of strange. So you'll see it. I could do a video, or even I got the materials to do 2 or 3 videos a day if I can find the time on Galactic Greg's. And maybe I should concentrate, because the content here is the kind of content that YouTube don't care about. They ain't going to attack this channel, except what I worry about is my AdSense account is through Green Greg's. Fake Green Greg's down. I'm worried about I may lose everything. So that's a popular video here. The air turbo rocket. It's got, let's see if you always go in and click videos and then do popular to show which one's getting the most views. 8,000 views on this one. Anti-gravity technologies. Unfortunately, this lady is no longer with us. She self-terminated herself. She is young. That's really sad. Young, brilliant, but she had some severe health problems. She just couldn't stand the pain anymore. Anyway, that's my most popular view here of video. This one almost went viral, but she was getting so much attention for it. She wanted me to take it down. But after she passed away, I posted this one. I might have had 100,000 views on that if I hadn't taken it down. Probably would have built Galactic Greg's. That probably would have been my premier channel. That was the first video I posted on this channel. Anyway, people like to hear about the prospects. This one came out pretty good. India's future space power. Let's see, the F1 rocket engine. I kind of like doing that video. So on the Titan sub, got a fair number of views. Colonize Venus first. I'm gonna do some more stuff on Venus. All right, guys, if you want to see a really strange video, light from voice anomaly, you can watch this video. You can see where I shouted light in the Mount Hollywood tunnel. And there's also a link in here to Rex Bear's version of the same video. We both caught it on camera. Of course, he's got all kind of video equipment and editing equipment. He made a really great video out of that, so you might want to see that. Wow, that video is already ratcheting up. It's doing pretty good, 711 views, and I just posted it. There's the one I did with Bob Zubrin, who wrote the case for Mars. Need to rejoin the Mars Society. That's my next video is going to talk about Mars water and moon water. And then I might do another video along these lines, more like the one I showed you a few minutes ago. More like that one. That should have been more popular. Anywho, Galactic Greg's. Now, there's a channel called Galactic Greg, and there's another channel with Galactic Greg's and apostrophe. So there's two other channels with a name that's almost like this one. So make sure you see that picture right there of me with my special hat on. Which I was actually wearing that hat when I was with Rex when we did the Voice of Light Anomaly. Which we didn't know that was going to happen. That was a lot of strange coincidences that weekend. And the city of Lost Angels. Actually, we were Glendale. Just passing through. I'm glad you passed through. Catch it on a rewind. The news is in the first about 30 minutes of this video. Don't know how many seniors survive. What are you talking about, Juanita? How many seniors survive what? Hello, Nightman's wife. Good to see you. Just woke up a bit. Yeah, we covered weather earlier and got down to your neck of the woods when we did it. All right, I'm going to stop the share. I'm just showing a couple other channels people need to watch. This kind of content may move exclusively to Swivelhead News. It's kind of what I'm thinking to do. Start doing these broadcast live shows for news all here. And so you expect to see more content on Swivelhead News and over here on Galactic Greg's. And I will still put stuff on Green Greg's, of course, but it will be different. We got Northern Girl in the house. Okay, morning, Northern Girl Hobbies. All right, well, we're about to call it a night. So some of us can sleep tight, I hope. Cost of living. Oh, Anita, yeah, I get you on that. Ooh, that's why I'm looking to move to Arizona. I can't afford this. Can't afford it here anymore. I'm hoping I can retire some of my debt by selling this place. Hopefully all of it. We can get out from under this mortgage. I only got a 3.5% interest rate. Now, here's the thing. If you're interested in buying this place, it's a conventional loan, so that mortgage might be assumable, but you have to like apply to the mortgage company to see if you can actually assume it. But at least that won't be there's a lot of equity in this house, so I'm going to sell it for what pays off the mortgage and equity. But it might be that somebody wouldn't have to go in and pay full rate current interest rates if they could assume that loan. They'd have to take out two loans, one for my equity and the other for the loan, or pay for it all at once and then they pay a high interest rate. It's going to be one or the other. Trying to stay warm and keep the water dripping in East Tennessee. That's the game I'm doing, TW, right now. High Desert Prepper. I did a video called the High Desert Prepper. Eddie, did you like that one? What you call me? I'll be the desert prepper. I'm already desert prepping. I am desert prepping. The last half year, most of my time has been in Snowflake, not here. Good night, Greg. Sweet dreams to you. Well, I guess you got your day started. Well, have a good day, show maiden over in England. All righty, folks, tell us where you're from, and we're going to call it a night. We're about to call it a night right now. It's too late to do anything else. It's 4:14. Yikes, guys. Tracy broke me. He's my ex-husband, who's my neighbor, and just paid his property off. Well, good for him. He paid it off. It's great. He paid it off, I guess. Greg, you need to set up your channel with memberships. I started to go down that road, but there's a bunch of, you need to set up little emojis and do this and do that. There's a lot of steps to take to do that. Area 51. I started to go down that road. You got your cap. No, it's not ready yet. I got the roof on it. I got siding on one wall, a little bit on another wall. I got to put siding on, wire it, put insulation in, and put sheetrock in the inside, build the doors, and put my solar out there. So I still got a lot of work to do. I got the worst part done. East Tennessee, Beta Storm, same as TW. Full disability for veterans. I might could get a little disability on hearing, maybe. I don't know. I have to look into that. It's getting expensive in Ohio. Yeah, I bet. Trenton, Florida. All right. Where's everybody else from? We know Jason's from Area 51. Hey, neighbor. All righty. All right. So, yeah, we get a lot of people in here from East Tennessee. That's a good place to be prepping at. Beta storms. All right. Saying hello to the neighbor there. I don't know how you pronounce that. Naturita, Colorado, Jan. Cost 11 is cheap up here. Winter is a big expense for wood pellets. Yeah, you do get by real cheap. She's got a very cheap power bill too. It's amazing. It's high. I got a high power bill here. I used to spend a lot of time down there in gosh, I can't pronounce that. Coshocton, Whispering Falls. Shepo, Ontario, Canada. All right, Havoc. Ontario. I should go to Ontario. Well, of course, I was going to Toronto, Brampton, which is right next to Toronto. Yeah, I've just go up there and visit where they built the space shuttle and the space station robotic arms. Spent a lot of time up there once upon a time. Massillon, Ohio. All right, Mitch. Dayton, Ohio. Tom, probably got a lot of people in Ohio. Coshocton. Okay, Coshocton. All right, Tracy, appreciate that. Coshocton. Yeah, it's just knowing how to divide those syllables, where they're at. While Hunding, Naturita. I don't know. All right, Jan. Or Naturina. Is that right? Naturita? Is that the way you said Naturita? I don't know if the A is long or short. Northern hobbies. You're always up there. Have it further north than us. Oh, yeah. Northern girls hobbies. You're up there too. So she's further up than you, huh? All right. The locals say Kershakton. 55 to $85 electric bills. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's amazing. Not bad on property tax. Thank you everyone for joining on So Ahead family. There you go. All right, remember, guys, tomorrow night at the same late, it'll really be tomorrow, the next morning. In less than 24 hours, the next live will be on Swivelhead News. Cord, Carolina. I can pronounce Cord. Weather in Arizona similar. It's actually warmer out there than here right now, a little bit. The snowflake is usually on average a little cooler than here. Nobody works harder than Greg. I appreciate that. Thistle down. Short A sound. Okay. Not Turita. I hope that's close. Not Turita. All righty, folks. Yeah, don't just remember on the way out, hit the thumbs up, guys. We need thumbs up. Share my videos. That's the best thing you can do. You can share my videos from this channel, from Swivelhead News, and from Galactic Greg's. I've also got a channel called Product Papas, which I'm going to do an expose on if these guys don't do something, I'm going to do an expose on a transmission shop on there next, and maybe another operation too. And then there's a major expose. I'm going to spank the place hard. And there's I have the channel Serenity Soothing Sounds. I got a couple nature sound videos like rain mainly. One's rain and one's frogs. It's like 8 to 9 hours of frogs, peepers, little peeper frogs, and another one is just some wind in the trees. And I got another video. It's rain on my tin roof of my barn out here. All right, guys. So ahead and use on YouTube. Thank you. All righty, folks. Thank you, Super Chatters. You made it awesome. You really helped me out here. That's all I can expect on here. Just Mike. Morning. Well, we're going, Mike. So all you fellow swivel heads. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And good night or good day, whatever's applicable in whichever part of the world you're in. And with that, I'm going to say